Off we go. Hello and a very warm welcome. Max wins the Austrian Grand Prix, delights his Dutch fans, grandstands packed full of Dutch fans, and Max dominates the race really. Mercedes absolutely horrific. Wow, wow, wow. Where do we start with the race? Can't believe it. It was actually a good race to be fair. I'll start with a race rating. I'll give it 5 out of 10. It was a solid race, it was decent, nothing spectacular though. Before the race, Vettel has a free place grid penalty for blocking in qualifying, so he drops down to 6th, and then it was an amazing first lap. Bottas gets a shit start, Kimi gets a worldie, almost sandwiched between the two Mercedes, and Ocon was literally cutting the grass. I don't know who squeezed him on the grass, but he kept his foot in. And then Bottas, he's down to 4th. He's gone right round the outside of Kimi and Max. It was a great move. And then Bottas, awful start. But it was a superb pass to regain the positions. Leclerc, wonder kid, he goes off. We never saw a replay of that. We just saw it in the background. And then the virtual safety car comes out. Virtual safety car's out. Was it Hulkenberg retired or was it Bottas who retired? I think it was Bottas. Hamilton's in the lead, he's comfortable, Bottas retires, virtual safety car comes out, everyone pits, Hamilton stays out. It's carbon copy of China. Mercedes should pit, they don't pit, it backfires dramatically, and then Max takes the lead. Hamilton then pits, he goes from 1st to 4th, lost 3 places because he stayed out when he should have pitted under the virtual safety car. Leclerc v Stroll was an amazing battle. Great battle between them. I think it was for 14th place and they were going hammer and tong. Kimi Räikkönen then passes Ricciardo for 2nd. Vettel passes, now this was the overtake of the race for me. Vettel shows what a champion he is. Huge big bollocks to pass Lewis Hamilton. Hamilton squeezed him and then Vettel squeezed him right back over, and he took it age to turn because he knew Hamilton squeezed him, so he gave him the squeeze back, which is fair enough, but amazing overtake by Vettel. And then the birthday boy Daniel Ricciardo retires on his birthday. What a howler. Hamilton was right behind him, was going to overtake him because he had fresh tyres, but Ricciardo pulled off. And then, wow, Mercedes disaster. Bottas is out, Hamilton's out, spices the championship up, so it's good for the neutral. Star of the race has to be Max and Grosjean. I'm doing 2. Max wins the race, Grosjean's P4. He's been absolutely best of the rest all weekend and he's finally scores points. But he's been sensational. Arguably the best driver of the weekend, Roman. So, first Max wins in front of his Dutch fans. Amazing race by him. Managed it well. The tyres were going off at the end, so he did well to manage him. Kimi beats Vettel, showed amazing pace during the race. He had an amazing start. Just think, if he didn't lock up at turn 2, he could have won the race, Kimi, really. Sebastian, 6th to 3rd, good comeback, and that overtake on Hamilton was absolutely amazing. Roman Grosjean, P4, outstanding all weekend. Magnussen, 5th. 6th, Esteban Ocon, who went grass cutting before. How? He just kept his foot in. It was great to see. Perez, where did we get to? Ocon 6th, Perez 7th. Ocon was behind him, got past him. Team orders probably came into that. Alonso looked absolutely nowhere. Stayed out. And it obviously worked for him because he was last at one point and he's come back to gain 8th. So champion's drive by him. Leclerc P9 went off. Not one of his best weekends, Leclerc, but he still beat Ericsson. And good team play by Leclerc. He was told to let Ericsson have a go at Alonso. He couldn't do it, so Ericsson let him back past. So good teamwork by Sauber. Ericsson 10th. Fantastic for Marcus Ericsson. Rarely ever scores points, and he's back in twice this season he's been in the points. Gasly, solid, but only 11th. Sainz, don't know what happened to him, running in the points. He's dropped back to 12th. And then the Williams boys 13th and 14th. So that concludes the Austrian Grand Prix weekend. Max, what a terrific performance. World Champions drive. But Jesus, some of the retirements, both Mercedes, Hulkenberg. Oh, we need to do the DNFs. Hulkenberg, engine pulled off early on. Bottas, hydraulics. Hartley, gearbox. Ricardo pulled off. Van Dorn was classed as a DNF, didn't see what happened to him, and then Hamilton. So both Mercedes out, Ricardo out, a massive game for Vettel in the championship. Next week, Silverstone, but obviously we've got the driver ratings for the Austrian Grand Prix first, so look out for that. Qualifying done, race reaction done, look out for the driver ratings, and then it's on to Silverstone. Wow, can't believe it. This season is going so fast, and this race definitely spiced it up. Race rating 5 out of 10. Stars of the race have to be Max and Roman. Thanks for watching. Adios.